Hi, hello, how are you? Good morning for the Hong Kong people, for the US people, good afternoon. 大家好開心，又有機會咧喺個呢度咧見下大家。咁如果你係依家已經聽到睇到咧，俾個一字我得唔得？俾個一字。If you can hear me already, hear me cloud, clearly, press one, and that way we can start. Start over. Live doesn't work. How come? Okay, good. All right, good. Now I know we are live because I saw you folks are able to come in already. There are a lot of people coming in. That's really good. I appreciate that. Okay. Anyway, I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. And can you all give a one if you can? Yes, I saw some of my Hawaii friends get one. 今日好開心咧！同大家傾下偈啦。如果你喺香港嘅朋友，俾個一字我得唔得？即係一字，咁我就知道即係你聽到你講嘢。嗱，今日呢個堂咧係好重要嘅。點解咧？因為好多堂友咧唔知道夜晚咧要做好多 preparation 喎。因為要記得糖尿病係一世嘅病啦。咁你係如果係你建立咗你好多好嘅習慣咧。當你老啲嘅時候咧，咁你就唔會有任何嘅問題，你會係繼續做落去咧，就令到生活習慣好舒服嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，你係真係要做一啲咁嘅習慣嘅訓練 ，OK？ So as you know, we are a diabetic, we have a lifelong disease, or even you are pre-diabetic, you can need to prepare yourself to be when you get diabetic. You already have that habit start up. So you make your life is so much easier. Now I have a lot of friends who are now diabetic, but on the other hand, they don't have habits. So if they don't have habits, they're kind of struggling around and become very stressful, and which is not good for them. Okay, so this is why we have this webinar. As you know, when we're doing this webinar or Facebook Live, we're very different from the other company who are doing that or other people doing that. A lot of people will talk about just diet, and they teach you about diet, but they don't give you the whole program to help you to lower your blood sugar, to get a better blood sugar level, and you won't diabetic, and you will not become worse diabetes. So this has become a very different way of presenting, and actually what we try to do is give you a big picture, help you to give all kind of skill set to help you to manage your diabetes disease. 我哋其實咧好多朋友咧，同我哋嗰啲即係好多所謂叫交流啊或者會啊係唔同嘅。好多會咧就只係講食嘅啫，教你點食即係好多嘢都係講食。但係其實咧食係一樣嘅東西，其實裏邊咧仲有喺我哋嘅概念入面咧，唔係淨係教你食，係教你一個整體嘅一個整體嘅 program 啦。咁裏邊咧有5個項目嘅。咁變咗嚟講咧，你可能夠咧呢5個咧又俾好多即係管理嘅概念俾你啦。咁你了解到呢樣嘢嘅時候咧，你就可以咧係容易去整體一年嘅控制。咁你就令到你自己咧個糖同埋你嘅個重磅同埋你點去計劃你自己去每日嘅生活同埋仲要咧，當你已經有咁多呢嘅好嘅習慣咧，你唔會咁 stressful， 即係你唔會覺得哇好弊啊！我又驚住呢樣驚嗰樣。咁同埋咧，仲有好多咧係點 check 你個身體嘅健康咧，係咪依家達標啦，或者唔達標啦，或者你已經喺個健康之中咧，係仲有好多機會嘅東西咧，你要去改善啦。咁其實好多呢啲咧都係要所謂叫做現在開始建立呢啲咁嘅習慣嘅。咁今日講嘅東西咧係好重要。其實咧糖尿病嘅人咧，因為細嘅病啦，咁你係點能夠建立啲習慣咧？喺晚上開始嘅。As you know, diabetic is a lifelong disease, and if you do not start up your habit, how do you do this, do that? Pretty soon you'll be all mixed up, and if you don't have habit, and you're going to get yourself very stressful, and the stress actually is not good for you. As I mentioned earlier, if you stress, your blood sugar goes up and not going to help your disease. And matter of fact, I have several, just a few this week. I have quite a few diabetic friends who are talking to me is the stress they're getting. The stress including COVID-19, plus the stress is they said, hey, you know, I even have 3 medication, but my blood sugar doesn't come down. It just keep going up. So I said, hey, you gotta drink your tea with Lowsutea with faith, and you have to keep trying to drink. A lot of people say, I drink 1 bag only, but that's not enough power, not enough potent. So it's not going to work. Or you just drink it in the morning, during that night, the whole day is not going to work. So a lot of these things, they have to give some patience and keep them trying. So that way they will be good. So 嗱，其實好多堂友咧，呢幾日咧都即係成日打返俾我啊，或者 WhatsApp 俾我啊，或者上嚟見下面啊。咁佢解釋到咧，好多堂友話俾佢聽咧，其實佢話：哇，我依家呢幾排就好即係好悶啊！悶唔係話寂寞嗰悶啊，佢話我啲糖又唔跌落嚟，我成日都係好高。醫生晚話俾佢聽，喂病人你依家要即係控制多啲喎。咁但係佢覺得咧，好似好難控制，咁讓好多月經嘅壓力，仲有一個就係有個冠狀病嘅壓力喺度，咁佢哋覺得好煩真係。咁我話嗱，其實好簡單啦，第一你要即係要 relax 因為啲糖上咗去嘅，即係你壓力嘅時候咧，其實個身體要做多啲糖出嚟，準備打仗嘅。咁其實對身體認真唔正仔。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，其實好重要一點咧，就真係要係放鬆多自己。咁我俾啲好多計劃，所以其實咧，我哋個節目咧同人哋嗰啲公司嗰啲節目係好唔同，或者同嗰啲其他咩會好唔同。因為我唔會就係教你去飲食，但係教俾個好整體嘅計劃你咧，希望你能夠令到你咧更加係好啲嘅，幫助你有啲計劃性去控制你嘅成個嘅糖整體嘅生活習慣。咁其實呢個係一個好重要嘅東西啊。咁今日咧講係夜晚5個習慣。係點樣係令到你啲糖即係控制同管理嘅糖每一晚都要做嘅咧 ？So today we are really very importantly talk about five habits, 5 major habits you need to establish at night. So that way you can better manage your blood sugar and also to improve yourself so you don't get worse. Okay, but before I start.I know a lot of people coming in and they never joined us before, so I need to repeat a slight few minutes just to catch them up, okay? 嗱，好多人近時未入嚟嗰啲咧，咁我希望就俾多5分鐘佢知道多下。嗱，當然你可能聽過晒喎，但係唔緊要，越得聽得多咧，你越記住佢啊。嗱，記住糖尿病咧係一世嘅病嚟嘅，同埋仲有一樣好特別咧，糖尿病咧係會你咧係繼續要係，如果你唔控制到咧，係將你所有血管咧都係會影響嘅，成身血管咧。So very important. In just few minutes catch up, and you might heard this before. Say, hey, Andrew, keep repeating that. It's okay because you want to keep remember if your blood sugar not controlled, it affects your entire body blood sugar, and that is not good for you. And that would be very serious because entire body blood sugar. Now, you might say, hey, how do I do that then? If I don't control, what's going to happen? If your blood sugar are not well controlled, it affects every part of your body, and your diabetic complication will come in. Now, even you're pre-diabetic, it's the same situation. 如果你係前期患病者嘅糖尿病咧，你都係同樣嘅問題嘅。你血管嗱，當然咧，我依家係冇乜症狀喎，我亦都係依家都係叫前期患病者。點解醫生咁緊張咧？我都冇症狀嘅，因為呢症狀咧係慢慢兩三年咧去develop 出嚟嘅。咁如果你係唔去控制到咧，你3年咧去 convert 咗㗎喎，因為咁你就變咗唔翻轉頭㗎喎。所以其實點解我係咁緊張各位朋友咧、糖友咧，係你而家要開始控制你血糖。嗱，你話聽過就聽過，唔緊要，聽嗰啲咧你自己入腦嘅。嗱，the reason why I keep repeating that is it will affect your whole body blood sugar. If you don't control, you get all kind of complication. That is the reason why I need to repeat, and so you keep remember. Now, the pre-diabetic patient, you have the same issue because of the fact that if you have pre-diabetic, if you not control your blood sugar, that blood sugar issue will affect all your blood vessels, and you face the same issue like a diabetic patient. If you have 3 years don't do anything because you have no sign and symptom, you are converted to diabetes, and I don't want you to be converted. So our company objective and my objective is to help you not to convert if you are pre-diabetic. If you are diabetic now, I want to make sure that your blood sugar continue to be good so you will not become a serious diabetic. And I have all the tools to help you out. Now, 如果每一個病人每一個糖友，如果你唔控制你嘅食或者你個重磅，你繼續加磅嘅，咁你個情況咧就會影差噶啦。咁點控制到咧？就係你真係要有個好嘅食嘅計劃啦，仲要咧係要有 exercise 啦，運動啦，咁同埋要度下你嘅血糖幾多啦，咁你先知道咧你係能夠令到你個即係血糖係好嘅，咁你就可能夠控制到你血糖唔會越計越差。So when we very important, you have to understand how you are going to help you to make sure you are not overweight, because when you're overweight, your blood sugar definitely will go up. And also, you have all kind of diseases will come along, affect your heart, stroke, and all that, blood pressure. So you really have a plan to your dieting. And we have that able to help you out on that one. And also, you have to exercise. Because you don't exercise, your blood sugar will also goes up. Exercise is a very unique thing. It has certain things that help you to decrease the insulin resistance, so your insulin can be better used and take the sugar into the bloodstream. So exercise is very important, and losing weight is very important. So you got to remember that. Okay, now if you don't do anything, what's going to happen? It can affect your heart, it can affect your kidney, it can be blindness, you can have stroke, poor circulation to the lower extremity, and you can present gangrene.And on top of that, your immunity will go down. 嗱，如果你乜嘢都唔做，我有幾個糖友真係可以咁㗎，佢真係咩都唔想做，但係咧其實咧對佢2-3年後咧個情況就會好差，或者依家冇乜差，佢會影響心臟啦，影響腎臟啦，影響隻眼啦，亦都可能中風啦，同埋咧佢血液唔循環好咧，落去隻腳嗰度咧，嗰啲nerve 咧。會開始慢慢會損害啦，佢即係佢個神經系統會損害，咁如果整親又唔會好啦，咁要割咗個腳啦，好慘啦。咁仲有一樣嘢咧，就係即係佢哋真係要知道咧，如果你係咁嘅糖尿好多糖嘅時候咧，你底價就降低。嗱，我諗聽到啦 ，COVID-19 即係冠狀病毒，全部啲病人會死嗰啲咧係咩啊？有糖尿病嘅問題，所以變咗你其實咧，你真係唔想去嗰度啊！嘅希望你，咁我哋希望咧，我哋俾好多計劃你咧，係能夠令到你咧唔會進入呢度嘅情況。咁你都要自己要做功夫喎。咁做功夫做咩啊？咁你 dieting 咧，記住就所有嘅食嘅嘢東西唔好食白粉 ，OK？ 咩叫白粉啊？唔係叫你唔好食真正嘅白粉啊，即係所有嘅有白色嘅粉咧，你都唔好食。So what you gotta do is really ask yourself.If you really want to not to get into all this health issue in the sense of heart, stroke, and so forth, you really better control your blood sugar. But if you really want to control your blood sugar, you really have to first thing control your diet. And very important, diet, you cannot eat what? White powder food. Any kind of white powder food like sugar, white bread, white noodle,and then potatoes also white. So all those things has to eliminate or eat very little, okay? 所以唔好食白粉咧。咩叫白粉啊？唔好食白飯啦，或者食少啲飯啦。原本我依家食緊一碗飯嘅，可唔可以食4分1碗飯咧？同埋麵包嘅，唔好食麵包，食麥包咧。如果食麥包，我都係食1/4個麥包嘅小份嘅一片麥包。食多啲雞蛋啊嗰啲咁，亦都係補充嘅。咁白麵粉啊，之後 noodle 啊、spaghetti 啊嗰啲全部都白嘅，咁唔好食嗰啲啦。薯仔係啦。咁如果糖咧，千祈唔好用砂糖啦，用咗一個stevia 啦，或者個蜜葉糖啦、蜜葉谷啦嚇。咁其實咧 糖係好緊要嘅。So if you got to use sugar, use stevia. Stevia is something that is 100% natural, help you to give you the same sugar taste, but it doesn't affect the sugar as much. 咁同埋咧就唔好用可以用一個叫做唔使麵粉白麵粉咧，我而家改咗佢做咩啊？係 almond flour. Instead using white flour, now you use almond flour, and it will really definitely lower your blood sugar. And I actually given you several recipe making almond bread, remember? And that will be very helpful. 嗱，記唔記得上一次我幫你教咗你哋點去做呢個 almond 即係呢個杏仁麵包啦？咁嗰係一個 carb 嘅啫，咁啊幫咗你好多嘅。咁記住食嗰啲啊。咁仲有咧就可以食嗰啲叫唔愛嘅可以食嗰啲叫唔愛嘅可以low diet 嘅唔愛咁多肥嘅脂肪嘅東西啦，好似食多雞唔肥嘅雞啦，要食嗰啲唔係好肥嘅豬肉牛肉嗰啲 OK 嘅。咁同埋咧最好咧就食翻多啲蛋白質啦，去雞蛋或者植物嘅蛋白質咧，就好似係叫做beans 啦，即係豆啦，即係紅 bean kidney bean 紅色嗰啲豆啦，咁嗰啲全部 OK 嘅。So if you really need to get rid of the white food, it's important to use almond flour, stevia as a sweetness, lean protein, like lean protein such as red beans and also eggs, and eat a lot more like chicken, beef, pork chop, but low fat. Okay, so that will help. So at the end of the day, in conclusion, you need to eat more vegetables, 75% vegetable and 25% meat and protein, and little starch, but little carbs. So that will balance out. So a lot of salad, a lot of vegetable, that will help you to lower your actual blood sugar. Now, another thing, fruits. So make sure eat low sugar fruits such as like kiwi and avocado. Those will be very good. Okay 嗱，咁如果係咁講嘅話咧，即係我依家話講要食糖咧，就要食 stevia 啦，就要食杏仁粉啦，整麵包啦，記唔記得我可以用整好多杏仁粉整不同嘅麵包啦，不同嘅 dessert 啦，我哋教過你啦。下一次如果你需要，你話俾我聽，我又俾啲你。咁仲有咧就要蛋白質嘅東西啦 ，for example 係呢個雞蛋啦，同埋咧仲有唔好食咁多呢啲所謂叫做係低肥嘅東西pork chop 咁其實你食75%咧嘅菜蔬，然後25% meat protein 咧，即係肉同埋呢個蛋白質咧係 OK 嘅，同埋咧就即係食少啲飯，因為飯其實係好差嘅。咁咧飲嘢咧好重要啦，真係其實唔好飲嗰啲嗱。其實我有幾個堂友咧就成日都話：哇，晏晝飲奶茶喎。咁其實奶茶就唔 good 嘅，因為奶茶係落好多糖啊。佢話我有飲即係5分1杯嘅奶茶嘅啫。咁但係嗰5個杯可能嗰啲糖已經好勁㗎啦。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，呢樣嘢咧真係要戒咗佢。咁飲咩茶咧？嗱，最好啦，去糖茶。因為去糖茶咧係幫助你咧係真係可能降低血糖嘅。咁不如飲去糖茶，好飲個奶茶啦，又冇奶又冇糖，亦都可以降低血糖。我唯一飲你就係拎住個樽擺咗茶落去，整咗佢，咁你就可以飲啦嘛，係咪？咁晏晝嗰陣時飲去糖茶咪幾好？咁唔使當你個糖咧唔會降低。咁仲有一樣嘢，所以 soda 嗰啲全部戒咗佢啦，同埋咧最緊要咧就唔好飲咁多珍珠奶茶嗰啲啊。So very important, you really have to cut down the sweet drink like soda, bubble tea, any kind of sweet tea. Do not drink. Now, a lot of people said, can I drink Diet Coke? Actually, Diet Coke is no good either because Diet Coke will help you to get your brain to say, hey, I need some sweet. So you didn't drink the Diet Coke, but at the end of the day, or you drank the Diet Coke, the body keeps saying, hey, I need some more sweet. So you got to start eating some snack to accommodate that demand of sweetness. So end up, you might actually eat more sweet. That's not good. So anyway, it's best to drink some like Lowsutea, which is good because Lowsutea it doesn't get you any more additional sugar。所以變咗嚟講咧，真係唔好飲蘇打、呆曲嗰啲，就希望你唔好飲啦。咁變咗嗰個咧就會係真係變咗，因為如果唔係你飲咗呆曲咧，個腦咧就話我要啲糖，我啲糖咧，咁反而你會食咗啲餅乾啊、chips 啊，去 satisfy 你個腦嘅需要啦。咁可能就增加你糖。咁其實咧最好就係咩啊？去糖茶啦，繼續飲去糖茶降低血糖。咁其實去糖茶點解會用到呢樣嘢咧？好特別，去糖茶咧，你知啦。Guava 就係番石榴，係 block 咗啲糖入去血管裏邊嘅。其他嗰個咧就係苦瓜咧，就係帶好似呢個所謂叫做胰島素帶啲糖咧入去嗰個細胞裏邊。所以其實咧呢兩個做埋一齊咧就會好好用嘅。咁變咗你啲糖咧就日日降低嘅，會一路一定要飲，因為飲2包你就會降低到㗎。咁呢個係好重要嘅。今日咧所講頭先講咧就係 catch up 下嘅啫。咁但係好重要咧，每晚你都要做一啲嘢咧，係能夠即係你要整個習慣，能夠每晚做咧，咁你先能夠控制到自己咧一世呢個生活嘅呢個病嘅。咁點樣去做呢樣嘢咧？咁我哋而家開始講啦。As you know, diabetes is a lifelong disease, right? So you really have to have a way to establish this lifelong habit.Now, how is this lifelong habit works is to make sure that you can able to, the lifelong habit, make sure every night you do the same thing. Now, as you grow older, if you establish a habit, then you won't miss any step. So you every day do the same thing, so we don't change it because your habit is established. And that's why it's so important you need to start now.Especially now you are maybe 50 years old or 60 years old, when you establish habit, because when you're 80, you still need to use it. 點解要就個習慣咁重要咧？記住，因為咧糖尿病係永遠一世嘅病嚟嘅。咁如果你依家開始50歲、60歲已經習慣咗依個你嘅習慣咧，呢個5個習慣嘅，咁你做咗之後咧，慢慢做同一樣咧，咁你就唔會唔記得，同埋咧你係會變咗一個好嘅生活習慣咧，管理上咧係令到好方便。咁呢個係今日最講呢樣嘢嘅。各位朋友，如果你聽到我講嘅話，你可以俾個1字我先，因為我驚有啲人咧未必聽到啊。咁你俾個1字我就知道你聽到我依家講嘅嘢。你俾個1字我得唔得？試試俾個111係啦，都要開始有人有1咯喎。OK good， 唔該晒，唔該晒。OK 繼續聽落去啦。OK 咁仲有咧第一晚上要做啲咩咧？好重要咧。其實咧，你有一個好重要嘅習慣咧，係點能夠控制你血糖。點解我咁講咧？因為如果你晚黑嘅血糖唔係控制到咧，你第二日早晨嘅時候咧，你血糖好高，即係成晚血糖都好高喎。咁變咗嚟講咧，就對你嘅成個身體嘅創傷咧係好大嘅。點解咧？你知啦，如果你血糖呢度高嘅時候咧，係 damage 你啲血管啊。咁夜晚你瞓覺都 damage 血管，唔係好唔正仔係咪？你諗下係咪呢樣嘢？咁所以其實咧好重要，每一晚咧你都要能夠令到你做嘅東西係降低血糖咧，令到你知道咧你晚黑個血糖係好好嘅。咁佢第二朝度嘅時候咧，哇！原來血糖都係 under 7嘅，咁好正。So why you have to develop a habit to control your blood sugar at night time? Because if your whole night your blood sugar is actually up more than 7, or in United States for our friend in the U.S. group, if you are more than 7, is already over 120, 130, and the whole night a lot of these people actually they come down to like 8 or 9, so 160, 170. So net result, your whole body are continue working with a very high blood sugar level, which is continue damage your blood sugar. So you don't want to do that. You want to control in such a way under 7, which is under 120. So that way you are continue to be good in your blood sugar, so your blood vessel will not be damaged. Okay, so the first thing you have to do, control your blood sugar. Now you might ask, well, how do I control my blood sugar at nighttime? So my evening, the whole night, my blood sugar will be good. Now, it's actually very easy. to control your night blood sugar, you have to eat well. You have a good nutritional diet with low carb diet. Then your blood sugar will not go up that high. Okay? So 嗱，其實好簡單嘅。咁你就問啦，喂，點能夠控制我血糖夜晚唔會上咗去啊？咁其實咧最容易咧就講咩啊？我最容易係用啲係低碳酸化合物嘅食品，嗰晚食飯食咗之後咧，我第二日朝嗰晚成晚血糖唔會升高，夜晚亦都唔會升高，第二朝亦都唔會升高。咁呢個咧係非常十分好嘅重要習慣。OK，so important to start off your very nutritional dinner with low carb diet. So what is a low carb diet? For example, your low carb diet will be non-starchy vegetable. You eat more broccoli, dark leaf vegetable. You supposed to eat lean fish, lean meats and fish and poultry, and also a lot of plant-based protein like beans, and also low sugar fruit diet. Okay, low sugar fruit like kiwi, avocado or kiwi, that type of fruits. Okay. 咁其實咧，你食呢個晚餐嘅時候咧，好重要嘅，即係食啲 low carb 低碳酸化合物嘅食品，好似好多菜蔬啦、broccoli 啦，即係椰菜花啦，或者係不同嘅即係深綠色嘅蔬菜啦。咁同埋你要食好多魚啦，或者唔好食即係食好多瘦肉啦、雞啦。同埋咧，仲有可以食好多不同嘅植物嘅蛋白質啦，或者雞蛋都 OK 㗎。咁咩叫蛋白？豆類啦，好似即係 kidney bean 啊，豆類嘅東西啦。咁仲有咧水果咧，就要食啲唔係咁甜嘅水果，好似食 kiwi 啦，同埋食avocado 啦。咁呢油油果啦，呢啲全部 OK 嘅。咁仲有一樣嘢好重要，就係飲去糖茶。So very important at after dinner or before dinner.You have to drink Lowsutea. Now, I can tell you, a lot of my client friends now, they drank Lowsutea, drank before dinner, after dinner, and until they go sleep. They drank about 700 to 1,000 cc or 34 ounce of Lowsutea during this time period.Their blood sugar, majority of them actually because of doing that is under 7, 6 something, sometimes make a 5. So they can really maintain very, very good low blood sugar during the whole evening and up to the next day. And then they measure, they become like 6 or something in the morning. Okay. So the last drink you got to drink really in the dinner.After dinner is Lowsutea。嗱，其實咧好重要飲乜嘢咧，就唔係夜晚係飲汽水或者飲咩甜嘅東西，最好咧就係飲去糖茶。嗱，去糖茶咧未食飯之前飲一杯250毫升嘅，然後咧再食完飯之後或者食緊飯之後再飲250毫升，再一路飲落去飲晒你個其他嗰500毫升又好，250毫升好。咁令到你嘅血糖咧係繼續低落去。嗱，依個嚟講咧係好多人咧做咗之後咧，我好多糖友依家有呢個經驗㗎啦。睇到血糖咧，夜晚臨瞓之前度一度嘅時候咧，因為佢有呢個叫 Abbott Livia， 即係有好多係已經幫我哋買咗呢個咁嘅工具啦。咁佢咧就度咧，嗱，好似今日我哋度咗啦。咁個工具咧依家係幾多啊？4.4，睇唔睇到啊？4.4，嗱，呃你唔到㗎，我唔可以話我想俾你睇好啲啊，冇嘅，呢個係4.4。咁其實咧，佢夜晚咧度完之後咧係幾多啊？大約5啊、6啊、7啊、5個7。咁佢好開心，第二日朝頭早都係6啊、5個7嘅。咁所以其實咧飲去糖茶係好重要，即係每晚你一定要飲去糖茶咧。其實你一日要飲2次嘅。咁你第二日咧，嗱，好多人咧即係喺美國嘅朋友咧就係去要幫助佢哋自己咧。去做晏晝啊，因為佢哋出去食咧嗰啲嘢唔正仔啊。其實香港朋友咧，現在有呢個冠狀部咧，好多都帶嘢翻屋公司食，咁變咗嚟講咧，其實一個細嘅飯盒仔咧，你可以擺晒好多嘢入去都得㗎啦。嗱，解釋下呢個要做咩咧？最緊要你朝頭早 即係夜晚你食完飯之後咧，執啲你係可以拎翻第二日去公司食嘅東西So it's very important. I found that, especially COVID-19, a lot of people found that they are not convenient to go out there to to buy lunch. So they bring a little box about like this, and I see that all my staff are doing that too. They're not diabetes, but they're doing that, which is very good. Let's save them costs, a healthier lunch. And what they do is they pack the lunch, and inside the vegetable, the meat, very little rice, and then they are very satisfied. 咁所以其實咧，冠狀病係對我哋身體亦都唔差。好多人話出街買唔到好嘢食，或者要企喺度要等咁啊，費事感染啦。咁我不如自己帶啲嘢食啊。咁你食完飯咧，你可以就煮多啲，亦都第二日可以拎翻公司食嘅。咁呢個裏邊有啲咩嘅咧？就希望咧你能夠有呢個 low carb 低碳水化合物嘅食品啦，同埋低卡路里嘅食物啦，同埋咧好似 for example 啦，你食多啲菜啦，多啲椰菜花啦，或者多啲深綠色嘅植物啦嘅 vegetable 咧，菜蔬啦。咁仲有你可以整啲雞肉啦，即係切啲雞肉啦，唔好咁多，唔可以飯喎，就係雞肉。咁或者如果你即係一定要食少少飯嘅1羹飯，但係其他最好就唔好食咁多飯。咁瘦肉整埋晒一煲咁大煲嘅嘢，你去到食到咧，咁你其實你都好飽噶啦。或者你做緊嘢話我唔食嘢唔得喎，咪整雞蛋咯，或者雞蛋亦都有好嘅 protein 幫助你好多嘅。咁同埋咧仲有啦，好多人就話我要食啲生果喎 ，OK， 咁切一啲即係我依家之後好多時咧都切一啲 kiwi 啦咁然後咧就擺落個膠盒仔度，咁拎埋一齊去咧，咁就好正仔嘅。咁就算你話我要食即係要食麵包啲東西嘅，記唔記得我上一次教過你點去整呢個叫杏仁麵包？咁呢個杏仁麵包咧係可以擺啲 tuna 魚落去啦，咁然後食咧係1個 carb 嘅啫，咁好嘅就係話個麵包1個 carb，咁我亦都好多時都係用咁做法。咁變咗嚟講咧，你亦都可以幫助你係食晏晝嗰個擺到成個好嘅東西出嚟，令到你降低血糖。最後一個更加重要啦，就晏晝你朝頭早飲咗血糖茶啦，依個晏晝就飲埋你500毫升嘅去糖茶。So very important what to drink, not soda water, not other sweet things like bubble tea, but now you have to drink another 500 milligram of Lowsutea, which is 8 ounce each, so 16 ounce altogether, 8 ounce times 2, 16 ounce of Lowsutea, and that will help you to, before you eat, you drink Lowsutea, and after eat, you drink the other 8 ounces of Lowsutea, then that will help you to lower your blood sugar. And in 2 hours, if you can measure one of these, Abbott Libby, you'll find your blood sugar definitely will go down. And all my right now, you can see right now 4.4, and this is 2 hours after my breakfast is still 4.4. So that is really truly a good number to help me to make sure my blood sugar is very good. And I can't lie, actually this thing is real. I cannot say I want to show you better data, won't work. Sorry. So it's very important you can see yourself. That's why I encourage all my customers, if they can able to do it, to get at least measure themselves 1 to 2 months. So once they establish that habit, then you know what? They can be extremely good. Okay, so keep doing it if you can measure and change your lifestyle. So the first habit at nighttime, you have to make sure you are able to establish routine with good, dieting, and then make sure you prepare your dinner, and also you prepare your lunch for the next day. So what is the next one? The next habit is you have to prepare all your diabetic supply, because we all have medication. Okay, now a lot of you as diabetic or pre-diabetic, you always will have medication start off. What is that? Usually you might have high blood pressure pills, you might have your cholesterol pill, and then last as your diabetic pill. Or if you're pre-diabetic, you don't have that, but you must have that too. Either blood pressure or cholesterol. If you don't have high blood pressure, you're going to have cholesterol also. So you have to have that pill. And those pills Might be lifetime, might be not, but you have to establish and don't miss your pill. So you have to have a medicine box to prepare all your pill once every week, so that way you won't miss anything night and day. OK 嗱，記住，因為咧糖尿患病者係一個 lifelong disease 啊。咁其實咧你要有買個 pill box 咧，有藍色或者紅色。藍色咧就係朝頭早，或者紅色係朝頭早得，是但咩顏色啦。咁你有朝頭早、晚黑你已經做好晒，有啲就三格嘅，朝頭早、晏晝同晚黑。咁其實一定要有一隻咁嘅嘢。個原因咧就係因為呢個係 lifelong disease 咧，一路落去都係會食藥㗎啦。咁你千祈咧就唔好唔記得食藥。嗱，其實我咧因為做過係 ICU 護士啦，同埋我係做過依個深切治療護士同埋依個emergency room 護士咧。咁我嗰陣時有好多病人咧，個原因咧就係呢啲婆婆咧唔記得食藥 for 5-6日或者10日啊。咁咧入到嚟血糖咧，哇高到嚇驚你25嘅，去到即係400，即係好危險啊！因為會死人嘅喎呢啲嚇。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，因為嗰啲婆婆唔記得食藥，個仔女又唔理佢哋啦，或者佢亦都仔女冇同佢溝通啦，佢唔記得食藥，仲有咧又唔記得血壓藥。咁好多人入到嚟咧就咩啊？爆血管啊，血糖高啊，哇幾樣一齊嚟，咁個死嘅機會係好鬼高嘅。Very important. When I was a registered nurse in ICU and emergency room, I have entertained a lot of my customer, which is really sad. Their blood sugar shot up so high because they forgot to eat medication for 10 days. Imagine that. Forget the medication 10 days or something a week. And the blood sugar go as high as 400, which is 25, by the way. And the blood pressure also go up, so they end up with stroke, and they have high blood sugar, and actually they end up chance of dying is extremely high. Worse than if they get stroke, then extremely expensive because they don't have medication to lower it down. End up they will be totally cannot move. So you really don't want to be in that position. You want to be actually make sure you are able to control, to have all your medication in one area in a box, and every week or every day you go look for that. Because when you get older, you know what happened? You're going to start forgetting. But you start up a habit, you every day look in the same place to pick up your medication, you won't forget. So that is take training. So I taught my patient to do that, and end up the chances of missing medication is less. Plus, I ask the children to make sure help the parents to put the medication in order, and I even ask them to put actual pills in the wall, and they can see it. So I say I have to eat metformin, you have to eat my blood pressure pill, I eat my cholesterol pill, and my vitamin pill, all listed up there, how many times. So they match it. Oh, okay, I need to do that. So they can remember, remember them, so they can do that. So that is a very important thing. 嗱，記住，因為好多朋友都係糖友咧，老人家唔記得咗啊，咁我就叫佢細佬哥咧，嗱唔該你哋可唔可以同你爹哋媽咪咧放咗藥，每個禮拜睇住佢放，咁佢做咗個 habit 咧係放，同埋我仲要叫埋佢寫埋啲藥名啊，同埋嗰粒藥係點樣放咗喺牆度啊，咁佢每一次睇嘅時候我都記得，我呢個係糖尿藥，呢個係血壓藥，呢個係心臟藥，咁做晒之後咧，咁佢哋就會成日都可以記住佢咧，咁就好重要嘅。嗱，呢個糖尿患病者咧，你好多時要篤手指啦。咁你如果樣嘢都唔喺嗰度附近咧，話又去揾篤手指咧，咁樣死下你唔記得篤嘅，唔篤添啊！其他好多糖友都唔篤，咁陣間你知啊糖係幾多，亦都唔知，高低亦都唔知。好多時咧。我哋做糖友咧，如果你唔好控制咧，你可能糖好高，咁你又唔去見醫生喎，因為你唔知噶嘛，冇任何嘅多數冇乜症狀嘅，咁呢個咧係好大問題嘅。咁當然啦，最好啦，如果你可以有機會咧，用到 Abbott Libby 咧呢個咁嘅東西咧，去 measure 你自己咧會更加好啦，因為呢個有無痛喎，咁我 measure 14日，朝頭早十幾次都得嘅，咁我知道啊，依家係4.4啊 ，very good 啊咁變咗嚟講，你係可以成日都度到你自己係一個好好習慣。所以每晚第二樣嘢一定有晒你嘅 diabetic 嘅糖尿病嘅用品嘅藥啦，同埋你去篤手指嘅東西咧， 準備好晒，咁每一次咧你 check 嘅時候咧都好方便，咁你唔會 miss，OK？咁第三樣嘢啦，其實呢個好重要，記住呢個係好重要嘅。其實好多人都唔記得咧，原來糖尿病咧每晚咧你都要有一個叫做 foot care， 有個係良好嘅腳嘅保護嘅習慣。OK， now this is a very important. Actually, even you are pre-diabetic, you might already experience that. So you really need to create a very good habit on food care. Now, a lot of people they say, why I need to carry the food? Because when you are pre-diabetic, you will notice your foot is start getting dry because your circulation get poor already. Not diabetes yet, but you started this initial. So a lot of the pre-diabetic patients already told me, hey, my foot is getting really dry. So actually, there is a lot of care you need to. If you have become diabetes, that diabetic of your foot is even be more important because since the circulation is poor, your nerve is start damaging, and eventually you will not feel a lot, even hurt, you don't know. And you know what? When it hurt, it doesn't heal. The doctor at the end of the day, because of poor circulation, didn't heal. And you know what? They have to cut your foot. Wow, that would be terrible. I saw so many of my patients in ICU. The foot are totally so bad. They're gangrene and it's so smelly. We have no choice to cut it off. And it's really sad because they are perfectly preventable. So 嗱，記住，因為我近時做護士嘅時候咧，太多我哋喺深切治療嘅病人咧入嚟要割咗個腳喎，哇好慘喎！因為睇到個腳咧真係爛晒嘅，又臭又爛。個原因咧就只係因為佢哋冇 take care 佢哋。咁咩叫 take care 佢哋咧？因為當你係糖尿病病者咧，你嗰啲神經咧會開始損壞啊，咁你冇乜感覺嘅。同埋咧，你個 circulation 即係個血液循環越整越低嘅。當你越整越低嘅時候咧，弊家伙啦！你個腳會好乾，一路頭咧係好乾咧，係只係小面嘅乾，越整越乾就會有 crack 啦，有裂開咗啦，同埋咧有出血啦。咁如果你唔 take care 佢咧，好容易咧會整咗發炎，因為佢啲血去唔到咧就唔會好嘅。咁發炎唔會好咧就會變咗你會爛啊，直情爛咗你個醫生就一定要割，咁你變咗腳都唔見埋。咁所以其實咧。就算係你係前期患病者都有咁嘅問題，所以呢個係好重要嘅東西，你每晚都要開始去自己去幫手去點去令到你唔會變咗一樣嘢。咁你有咩要做咧？其實係好簡單嘅。其實好多時咧，我哋而家有啲 cream 其實都好正啦。現在咁其實我哋好多已經係前期患病者好，或者後期患病者好咧，佢覺得個皮膚咧又乾。又痕咧好大問題嘅，因為痕嘅時候你點啊？拗咯，咁你拗嘅時候咧就拗損咗，咁又唔去好喎，咁啊好弊，係咪 ？So it's so important, especially the skin get dry because circulation poor and you get itchy. And itchy gets what? You gonna scratch it, and you scratch it, so what? Then you gonna start getting injured. Injured won't get well and get infected. So really, you have to carefully look at the foot, make sure that it doesn't have cracks, it doesn't have infection, and you have to put cream every night. And I do that now already from pre-diabetic to now. I still doing with that. I have my whole leg cream, so my foot has become very smooth and waxy in a sense. And I know with that, my injury will heal up much faster. 嗱，好重要咧，你要擺啲cream 喺度啊，因為 cream 咧能夠令到你咧隻腳咧好滑啊，同埋咧嗰啲皮膚唔會乾啊，又唔會 crack 啊，咁變咗嚟講你就唔會有問題咧，係當你能夠係發炎啊或者損咗之後咧又唔會好啊，係好多嘅。嗱，仲有一個好重要咧，好多人都唔知嘅，原來每晚咧浸隻腳啊，揾啲一羹糖因為鹽啊個salt啊。咁放喺個水嗰度咧，咁浸隻腳咧係好舒服嘅，能夠 relax 你個 foot， 亦都能夠令到你隻腳咧嗰啲皮膚軟滑翻。 it's very important. A lot of people don't realize you can actually have another thing is get some warm water and you put a teaspoon of salt, and then you can actually able to soak your foot, and that result with that you can able to actually your feet will become actually more soft and won't be cracked. So very important, soak your feet warm water every night and clean it well so your toe will not get dirty and won't hamper or bacteria in there. And after that, put some cream over it, and it will be very good. 所以其實咧，浸咗腳之後，然後就整乾佢之後咧，擺啲 cream 去咧，咁就 OK 嘅。嗱，moisturizer 要小心，因為 moisturizer 好多時咧，你太過 moist 咧，落啲腳趾嗰度又唔正仔喎，人香港咧，咁其實咧要乾要 cream 就好過 moisturizer 嘅。OK， 咁記住樣先啦。咁仲有咧，好重要咧。糖尿患病者嘅人咧，一定要着有 cover， 有即係拖鞋啊，有蓋嘅。嗱，千祈唔好整啲拖鞋冇蓋嘅。嗱，依個咧就撞親啊，係好大問題嘅。所以一定要，如果你係糖尿患病者，一定要着啲鞋咧要有蓋冚住佢，或者着啲夜晚着鞋咧就唔好淨係着就咁日本仔拖鞋，咁啊出去係咁撞穿咗就弊家伙啦。So very important, if you're diabetic or even pre-diabetic, you have to wear not Japanese slippers, because Japanese slipper, a real issue is you injury so easy kicked and then end up you hurt yourself and you won't get well. So you should always wear a cover shoes. When you go out, wear cover shoes. I know people from Hawaii, because we have people from Singapore today, we have people from Hawaii, we have people from Los Angeles, San Francisco. So they might not really think that, well, I've been wearing Japanese shoes for whole life long. Why can't I do it now? Well, you want to decrease the risk of injury. So you really not to want to wear shoes that no cover now, because your situation has changed. So diabetic, pre-diabetic, get a habit, wear cover shoes, even at house or when going out. So very important to do that. So the fourth habit, now we talk about first, good dinner, lower your blood sugar, measure, prepare a lunch. Second, we talk about, make sure that you have all your preparation, diabetic supply, make sure your medications are well placed, you remember. And then third, you now care your foot. 嗱，記得頭先講咗咧，第一個習慣就係食晚飯正嘅，要低碳水化合物嘅食品，低糖啊，同埋咧令到你唔會即係可以控制到夜晚飲夜晚晏晝都飲呢個去糖茶，幫助降低血糖。第二，我準備晒所有糖尿病嘅藥啦，同埋篤手指嘅東西啦，我永遠唔會記得嗰笪地方啦。第三，仲要take care 我隻腳啦，make sure 隻腳好多 cream 啊，make sure 唔會整損啦。咁依家第四啦，咁第四好重要係咩咧？原來第四咧，糖尿患病者好多時咧係會有好多壓力啊。咁我哋點能夠放鬆我自己咧？嗱，如果你係壓力大嘅時候，有一樣好特別咧，就係你嗰個血糖咧會高喎。因為咧人咧好特別，當你個壓力大嘅時候咧，你個身體咧就話：喂，我就要打仗咯喎！咁要打仗咩啊？我俾啲糖出嚟，就係因為你有個荷爾蒙咧叫 adrenaline， 佢會繼續喺度泵啲糖出嚟咧，準備嚟打仗。但係你個人咧準備打仗又唔夠，即係你個荷爾蒙出咗嚟俾血糖俾你，但係咧你係唔夠呢個胰島素帶啲糖入血管度，咁啲糖咪一路繼續增加啦。咁變咗係對你認真唔好嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，你嗰個幫你放鬆係好重要，好重要嘅。So very important. A lot of people don't realize if you're stressed, your stress actually your body will create a thing called adrenaline. Adrenaline increase, then what happened? Your blood sugar also increase. But unfortunately, you don't have enough insulin to help you to take the sugar into your cell. So your sugar just keeps showing up, but it keeps staying there, damaging your vessels. So that's not good. So very important, you really have to relax to help you out, okay? The next question you say, well, how do I do relax? Relax. Now, very important, you have to relax by like walking after dinner, take a nice stroll with your husband, your brother, your sister, doesn't matter. Go walk around. And also you can do breathing exercise. Breathe up, take it out, breathe up, take it out. Do 20 times. And each time in different sequence. Then you will able to get very easy relaxed. Now, a lot of people said, I can read a book. You can do that. That's good. And also listen to music. Whatever you do, to know you can help you relax. That's so important. OK? 嗱，糖尿患病者咧，你係真係講咗啦，你一定如果有好多壓力嘅時候咧，你就係會有變咗係會有嗰啲糖會增加啦。其實我仲講個真係古仔俾你聽咧。有好多依家有好多糖友咧，依家都話：哇！我壓力好大啊，又要度血糖啦，又食藥啦，又好啦，依樣咧，咁令到自己係好緊張。咁其實係咪要可以咁咧？其實唔係嘅，係可以放鬆嘅。放鬆就係可以夜晚食完飯行下啦，同先生因為同老公去下街啊，或者太太去下街啊，去行下 shopping centre 啊，唔使買嘢去行得㗎啦。咁再可以做下 breathing exercise 一日，唞大氣放鬆，唞大氣放鬆。咁然後咧係每日咧係做最低係做每一次咧做20次，咁然後或者10次都得嘅。咁但係最緊要就係最多係最少要做咗10次，咁你自然會放鬆嘅。咁每日做6次呢樣嘢，咁你已經好㗎啦。咁就話睇下書啊，聽音樂啊，好重要。咁其實仲有一樣嘢要睇咧，就係咩咧 ？Make sure 咧你冇一個憂鬱症啊！有好多糖友咧唔記得咧，原來咧好多糖友有可以能夠40%嘅工咧咁高咧，係有個憂鬱嘅問題嘅。因為你已經太多話日日度血糖喎，又睇藥喎，會唔會更加差喎？嗱，呢啲喺個心靈裏邊咧，日日都係會搞到你嘅，咁令到你咧會好緊張，同埋咧會可能好失望。其實我亦都睇到咧，同好多糖友打電話俾我夜晚啦，或者嚟揾下我啊，或者寫 WhatsApp 俾我啦。原來佢哋真係開始咧覺得哇，係咪會繼續係咁㗎成世？咁其實咧個心理上係好重要嘅。咁當然咧要開解啦，或者同你先生傾下偈啊，或者太太傾下偈啊，或者同你兒女傾下偈啊。咁要做話朋友傾下偈好重要嘅。咁令到你唔會真係覺得你自己咧 end up 咧係變咗有憂鬱症。Okay, so very important. You have to share your emotions sometimes with husband, wife, children, or friends. So make sure you do not get depressed. So you have to watch it depressed. Because you know why? A lot of people, they fear they're getting worse, they will whole life disease. And on top of that, we have actually a CD group. You can join. You can ask questions in there. We can help you to answer. So we will do more forums so we can help you out. So very important, attend our actually CT group forum. I'll send you the address later on so you can able to do it. And then you can also learn a little bit more about Facebook Live webinars to help you out to get a more understanding. Because one of the biggest fear a lot of people didn't realize is unknown. When you're alone, you will have lots of fear. So more you know, less fear. And you know, anytime you have a problem, you can call somebody, answer a question, give you a solution, you have no fear. Okay? 所以其實好重要咧，點解要將個 CT group 咧加入去咧，俾咗支持你嘅個原因咧，就係因為如果有呢啲咁嘅嘢，嗱最重要咧，當你唔識唔知嘅時候咧，就好驚同好多顧慮。但係當你有呢樣嘢識同埋唔會即係知道冇啲人唔知道咧，咁你就冇咗顧慮嘅時候咧，咁你咧就自己會降低咗你嘅恐懼。降低咗恐懼咧，咁你個 stress 咧會降低嘅，即係你個壓力就會開始降低嘅。咁所以變咗嚟講咧，就希望你能夠即係多啲聽我哋嘅即係嘅 Facebook Live 啦，又多啲聽我哋嘅 webinar 啦，多啲了解咧。咁同埋仲有一樣好重要，我哋喺度係 support 你嘅，我哋喺度係幫助你咧，係能夠教你點能夠降低血糖。咁呢個支援咧係十分重要。嗱，我哋唔係淨係教你飲食。但係教你全個一套嘅東西，能夠幫助你咧係降低血糖，呢個係最大嘅分別。所以呢個係一個好重視嘅東西，好多人都冇講呢樣嘢嘅。但係我要講嘅原因就係因為我見到太多病人，40%嘅病人會喺呢個地方係發展，如果唔控制到咧係會差。咁呢個係好重要。咁最後第5個咧，你一定要好好嘅。 有睡眠嘅好質素。咩叫好嘅睡眠質素咧？嗱，其實每日咧你做一點咧就係、如果我夏威夷好多朋友咧好得意嘅，佢9點鐘瞓覺或者10點鐘瞓覺，佢每日都9點鐘10點鐘瞓覺，但係5點鐘起身嘅。咁其實咧，如果你係依個習慣咧，你日日都係依個時間瞓覺，咁你就變咗嚟講咧，你就唔會有任何嘅瞓覺嘅不同咧，又瞓唔到覺啊，或者因為你要開始習慣啊嘛。咁呢個係一個好重要嘅。嗱，當你瞓唔到覺嘅時候咧，有咩唔好啊？你瞓唔到覺嘅時候咧，晏咗你就去揾嘢食。咁食咗之後咧，弊家伙啦，咁你血糖好高啦嗰啲東西。It's very important. You really gotta get a sleep, good hygiene, good habit. You have to sleep every day around the same time. Some people in Hawaii, I noticed, they sleep at 9 or sleep at 10. But every night they sleep in that time range. And every day they wake up at 5 o'clock. So that's a good habit. So you got to have that. So every night they have good sleep. But if you don't have enough sleep, what's going to happen is during the day, you're going to start eating snack. And that snack is going to damage your blood sugar because go up, your blood sugar will definitely go up. So net result, you want to prevent that to happen to you. And you should sleep about 7 to 8 hours every day. And you should do that. And also do not think of drinking any type of caffeine or alcohol to help you sleep. It doesn't work, okay? Because alcohol will jack up your blood sugar. So you don't want to do that. I have a lot of proof on that on many of my diabetic friends. 嗱，其實咧，你瞓覺咧要瞓7至8個鐘頭啦，有一個好嘅習慣你瞓覺啦，慢慢瞓同樣時間啦，起身咁上下時間啦。咁個心靈上咧好得意嘅，人有個鬧鐘嘅，日日都係咁嘅。咁好重要咧，臨瞓之前咧就千祈唔好咩啊，飲酒啊，或者食好多不同嘅嘢咧。我要食啲嘢瞓覺嘅，嗰啲嘢咧其實咧對你係好有唔妥嘅，因為酒咧係增加咗咩啊？血糖高，因為多數啲人飲葡萄酒啊嘛。咁個血糖咧一定會高，其他酒一定會高嘅。咁同埋咧就要 relax， 就唔可以飲咖啡因啊嘅東西啦，飲啲咖啡啊。咁同埋咧刺激到你嘅東西咧，咁你變咗唔瞓到覺咧就弊家伙啦。因為你唔夠瞓咧，第二日咧你做一樣嘢做咩啊？係去揾嘢食。你要揾嘢食，你花眼瞓啊嘛。咁揾嘢食啦，咁樣變咗咧就增加咗你血糖。嗱，我唔知道各位朋友咧係咪去到嗰度咧有個叫做 subscription button 嘅。但係如果你有嘅話咧，喺個電話嚟睇睇。如果咧你可以增加 subscribe 我哋嘅嘢啦。如果冇就最緊係記住呢個 website 咧，我哋就會話翻俾你聽咧。每次聽書嘅時候咧，都會請你翻嚟聽啦。咁亦都幫助你咧係增加你呢個糖尿病嘅知識啦。咁你又唔會驚啦。咁嗱，最後5個好重要點嘅習慣。第一，晚黑每一晚咧係要食嘢之前咧，即係要控制血糖，有咩要你啊？降低你碳酸化合物嘅食品啦。So the first habit, you have to make sure have very healthy night by starting a good diet to prevent your blood sugar jack up at nighttime. And secondly, you need to have prepare a lunch so at lunchtime your blood sugar doesn't go up either. Good lunch and low carbs diet. And you have to drink Lowsutea, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 2 times per meal. And you drink each day 2 bags. So make sure you do that because you want to maintain your blood sugar every night around below 7. 嗱，記住食得好同埋 prepare 你晏晝好，同埋飲去糖茶咧。希望你每晚臨瞓之前你度咗嘅時候咧，你都唔過7嘅，成晚都唔過7咧，咁你就好正。咁第二樣嘢咧，因為呢個係一世嘅 disease 咧，你一定要俾你嘅藥物啊，全部擺好晒喺度。咁每一個禮拜你唔會 miss 你啲藥，咁你就會繼續係記得晒啲藥喺邊度擺，同埋咧篤手指嘅東西喺晒度，咁你就好方便咧係 check 你嘅度手指嘅血糖嘅東西啦。咁第三好重要咧，就係要注意第3個習慣咧，就係你腳take care 你嘅腳，就係用暖溫水去縮咗佢啊，去浸你腳啊，或者用 cream 油咗你嘅腳啦，令到好滑啊，唔會有 crack 啊，亦都睇下冇發炎啊，最緊係有發炎即刻醫啊，好重要嘅。So you got a third habit, you have to take care of foot make sure you have good cream, cover it, make sure no crack, very smooth, no infection. And the fourth habit is you make sure no stress. You have to learn how to take care of stress, and that's why we give you all the support group to help you to learn about your disease, and so you won't get fear. So the fourth is very important is decrease your stress. 第四個最重要咧，每日咧都去食完飯行下街啊，降低你嘅壓力啊，同埋我哋聽我哋書咧，咁如果你知多啲咧，你就唔會咁驚，咁個 stress 就會降低嘅。第四，一個好嘅瞓覺嘅東西就一定要瞓得好，瞓7至8個鐘頭啦，每晚都係瞓同樣嘅時間，同埋最後唔好食咁多呢啲所謂叫做酒啊，stimulant臨瞓之前咧，千祈唔好食咩。咁呢個咧就係我今日所帶給你各位朋友嘅message。咁大家有冇問題啊？各位，如果有問題咧，寫如果今日好嘅，你寫個1字俾我啊，或者睇下你而家仲有冇其他問題問下啊？你問下其他有冇問題？係呢度有冇問題啊？嗱，先Eugene 有冇 ？Do you have any question, Eugene or Peggy? Do you have any question? If you can, or Sherry, Lorraine, if you have any question, you can ask now. We'd love to answer your question. Wow, we have a lot of people actually. We have Edwina, Peggy, they are from Hawaii. We have quite a bit. Let's see, what other question you have? So, Peggy, is very clear. Okay, measure blood sugar. Okay, measure blood glucose just after exercise level is high. Measure your blood glucose just after exercise level is high. Why? Okay, now, the question is, if you exercise, why blood sugar level is high? The reason is when you exercise, okay, your body is ready for you to fight. So they will make the adrenaline will help you to drain out a lot of from liver, from everywhere, to or the fat to get you the sugar ready to fight. So when that happens, it's gonna be, that's why your sugar will go up, and that's very natural. Matter of fact, that's the body to get you to ready for all the action. So nothing wrong with that. Matter of fact, every time exercise, your body, if your blood sugar doesn't go up, you will have no energy to jog and to fight. That's no good. So it's all natural. Now, also, I found a lot of time I exercise too. If after exercise, I also reserve some low sugar drink. And very fast, within 1 hour, the sugar will come down. 咁我用中文講一次啊，有個我哋新加坡朋友咧就問啦，佢話如果我係運動，係點解我血糖會高咗上去咧？個原因，因為你運動嘅時候咧，你係第一係咩事啊？你個血糖係會高咗上嚟，因為你個身體裏邊係產生有個叫 adrenaline，泵啲糖出嚟咧，準備你打仗，或者準備你走，準備你去邊度啊 ？Fight and flight， 即係打仗或者 flight get away 啊，走啦咁。咁呢啲糖咧會係好高好高嘅，因為佢準備你打仗啊嘛。咁當如你做完晒之後咧，嗱呢個係好 natural 嘅，呢個係一個叫做真係一個啱嘅東西嚟嘅，你嘅身體準備你打仗。咁但係如果你真係高嘅時候咧，做完 exercise 飲咩啊？去糖茶，咁就會降翻低嚟嘅。因為咧你飲咗之後咧，會先1個鐘頭咧，你糖會降翻低嘅。咁所以變咗係一個十分好事。所以唔飲去糖茶咧反而唔得，所以飲去糖茶係十分好。咁希望咧你係飲完之後咧，你就會relax 咗啦，你糖又會低啦，有你幫助嘅。另外一個 question 啦，我可以 How many eggs can we take per week？ 另外一個 question 咧，每一個禮拜可以食幾雞蛋咧？嗱，雞蛋咧，so I answered it in English, I'll change it in Chinese after that. You can actually eat at least 1 to 2 eggs per day. It will not cause you any problem. But it all depends on what you like. A lot of people say, wow, eat 1 egg, I feel a little full. So eat 1 egg, you have a lot of good protein. Now, as long as you don't eat 6, 8, that's not good because that's a lot of eggs, okay? So 1 or 2 eggs is also very accommodable. Now, for example, if your eggs don't like to eat the egg yolk. You eat the egg white. So you can take the egg yolk out and give it to somebody to eat who can love to eat it. And then you eat the egg white. You still get many protein. So 1 to 2 eggs is actually very good per week. And egg is a very good protein to help you out to go through your one of your good protein diet. 雞蛋有個朋友問啦，佢話如果係食雞蛋一個禮拜食幾多隻啊？嗱，其實咧一隻係十分 OK 嘅，兩隻都 OK，就千祈唔好食即係多咗，咁你睇下你每個人有咩唔同嘅反應嘅啫。如果你話我係食6隻雞蛋咧，咁就多隻啦。咁一兩隻係冇問題嘅。咁但係有啲人話我驚食個雞蛋食得多咧，我 cholesterol 好高喎。咁不如果係咁嘅話，你去食一隻雞蛋，成隻雞都食啦。另外一隻雞蛋個蛋黃就俾人哋食都得㗎，淨係食雞白，即係雞蛋個屈嘅地方，即係蛋即係唔愛個喐咁咪得咯，即係嚇一樣可以做到呢樣嘢。咁可以食呢個咧係幫助你好多好嘅 protein， 咁亦都幫助你咧係即係能夠令到你有呢個蛋白質嘅東西 ，OK， 咁呢個係好嘅，雞蛋係十分好嘅，一個十分好嘅食物。咁另外一個朋友啦 ，I have another question. Eugene asks, how long does it take Lowsutea to be take effect? Eugene is actually from Hawaii. And let me answer that in question, and then I'll answer in Chinese. Actually, Lowsutea is very good. Within 1 week to 2 weeks, you will see effect. Matter of fact, if you start drinking, the Lowsutea very quickly will start seeing, especially if you have one of these Libby or you poke your finger, you can really tell how fast the sugar start coming down. Especially, you need to take look 2 hours after your meal. Then you can see the Lowsutea actually will not take your blood, even your high blood sugar. So within 1 or 2 hours, it'll bring it back down. So it will be so important to drink Lowsutea before and after dinner, or after lunch, after breakfast, before and after, 2 times. Because why before? Is because the Lowsutea has guava leaves that block the sugar go inside bloodstream, and the bitter melon is will act like a insulin and take the sugar into the cell. So very important to drink before and after. So you do it 6 times a day. Now you drink more than 6 times, is okay? Absolutely, it's okay. So within a week to 2 weeks, you'll see effect. And you need to continue to drink, because you don't drink, blood sugar will go back up. Okay? 咁其實飲去糖茶幾耐已經會即刻會有功效咧？其實咧1個至2個星期咧已經有功效咯。係啊，琴日我有個堂友上嚟，大家傾咗一陣，已經見到夜晚咧，佢飲咗之後咧，佢已經嗰晚咧有陣時係8啊9啊啲嘅，咁琴晚咧已經係去翻6啊7以內啦，即係未過7。咁其實已經係有好快有 effect 嘅，所以記住咧係一定要飲2包茶，朝頭早就飲嗰1包茶裏邊咧係飲4次啦，每次有250毫升啦。夜晚嗰包咧係就飲未飲食飯之前有250毫升啦，然後晚黑食完飯之後或者食緊飯之後又飲埋250毫升啦，再其他嗰500毫升或者250毫升喺度飲到佢瞓覺為止。咁你就會覺得你好快脆，真係一定會有效果嘅。嗱，我呢有幾千個病人啊，冇一個翻嚟話你嘢唔 work 㗎，未見過。除非佢飲少咗1包，咁真係有影響嘅，因為1包係唔夠。所以咧，有啲話我飲咗1包啫喎，咁冇乜效果嘅。咁當然係啦，1包係唔夠嘅，你一定有每日係要飲2包茶，咁你就夠啦。哇，今日好多好嘅 question 喎嚇。咁仲有啦，another question that asks, why after reading 2 hours after meal of your blood sugar? Why not 1 hour? What is the difference? What is the significant? Okay, 嗱，呢個 very good question Eugene。嗱，其實點解咧why you take your blood sugar 2 hours after your meal? The reason is because your body will have to understand is your body have enough insulin to help you process your sugar and able to take that sugar into the cells. But if you take it 1 hour, the body sugar has not got into absorbed into the vessel yet, so you will not know. True story. Now I can tell you a good story. This is true for me also. When I first learned I am pre-diabetic, so the doctor was saying that, hey Andrew, you're pre-diabetic, no? You know, you have to measure your blood sugar and not to eat any sweet. And that went in and went out. But I know I'm a nurse, so I started picking my finger in the morning. I said, hey, I have nothing wrong, man. My blood sugar is only, 120 or 110, or actually it's like 6 or 6.7. So it's okay. So, but I did not measure my blood sugar 2 hours after lunch or dinner or breakfast. Until that day, I one of these things. I start measuring because it will be painful, right? So you don't have encouragement to measure. Then I start realizing my blood sugar gone up to what? 10, 11, 12. Then I start realizing, wow, I'm in trouble. So 2 hours after lunch or dinner is a very important measurement, not 1 hour, because the blood sugar is not fully increased yet. So you don't know. If 2 hours, if your blood sugar are continue raised beyond 2 hours, that means your insulin is really not enough and you need help. And that's why it's so important. And a lot of time, a lot of the diabetic patient or pre-diabetic patient start seeing the blood sugar within 3 to 4 hours over 10 or over over 180, for American or Philippines measurement. So in 2-3 hours you are getting to 180. That's not good for your vessels. So very important. You have to measure your sugar 2 hours rather before alone. It won't tell you the real story. 用翻中文講翻咧就係有一個問題，點解度血糖嘅時候咧係要食完飯2個鐘頭度咧？嗱，個原因咧，第一你食咗嘢之後啦，咁呢啲食物嘅就轉咗去糖啦，即係轉去血糖啦，咁就喺血管裏邊。但係血管裏邊咧好多時轉入去嘅時候咧，未夠時間係轉唔晒嘅，未到2個鐘頭。咁仲有你落去嘅時候咧，個胰島素咧一路出嚟啦，就幫助你啲血糖咧進入去你個細胞裏邊。咁其實咧，如果你2個鐘頭後咧，你血糖都係高去8、9、10，即係話咧你本身咧都唔夠胰島素帶啲糖入去個細胞裏邊。咁其實你有問題啊！尤其是有啲人咧食完之後咧，都係去緊高到係11、12、13、14，好似我自己咁。頭咧醫生話喂，你即係就有糖尿病㗎啦，咁你篤手指啦咁。咁我就係篤手指咩嘢，朝頭早篤一次。咁我話係冇乜事啊，我都係5啊、6啊、7啊咁啫，都冇乜嘢。但係當你篤手指去到食完飯2個鐘頭後嘅時候咧，你見到哇，原來我去到10㗎，或者我已經10就已經8、80㗎咯喎。咁變咗嚟講咧，我係一路10、11、12嘅時候，我先開始驚啦。咁我知道嗰陣時咧，我一定要控制。所以變咗嚟講，呢2個鐘頭後咧度嘅時候咧，你食完嘢之後，千祈度完之後2個鐘頭，你唔見到你血糖繼續係喺10以上，唔跌落嚟。其實你飲咗去糖茶咧，會睇到一樣嘢咧。你食完飯之後飲咗去糖茶，你會高出嚟嘅時候咧，只係10或者11最高，然後好快脆咧一路慢慢跌落嚟咧，就去到6啊、5啊嗰啲地方嘅。咁但係咧呢個係會喺2個鐘頭，唔多3個鐘頭裏邊係做咗呢樣嘢嘅。所以呢個咧先係個重要嘅測驗。OK， 所以 if you actually drank Lowsutea, you can actually see at the end of second hour, your blood sugar will drop down to lower than like 7, which is like 120 instead of 180, or you will start seeing continue lower down. You don't want to continue to see yourself blood sugar are continued extended to 4 or 5 hours, continue 180 or 10, 11, 12. You don't want to do that. because that is continuing to damage your sugar, damage your vessel. So I hope I answer all your questions. And wow, I'm so so glad that all of you asked so many questions, and I'm so happy to see people from Hong Kong. I see people from Singapore. I see people from Hawaii, quite a few people from Hawaii, and then I have seen people from Los Angeles and California. So it is really Philippines. So we have seen a lot of people, which is so good. And I'm so happy that we see all of you on Facebook Live. And thank you very much for your busy weekend. And I hope that I answer all your questions. 好多謝各位堂友，今日咧我有好多朋友喺夏威夷嚟啦，喺新加坡嚟啦，喺菲律賓嚟啦，喺羅省上嚟啦，加拿大溫哥華啦。咁其實好多不同嘅朋友咧，係我希望都答到你不同嘅問題。咁如果有任何嘅問題咧，記住呢個電話28162338，28162338係我哋可能夠咧幫助你哋咧答啲問題嘅。仲有一個問題喎，好似先有個really only when you take it or is good。仲有一個問題咧，就係我睇到先嚇，呢個問題咧係另外一個朋友問嘅。Does the meter reading only when you tap it or is continue reading? OK， 呢個問題咧就係問let me answer in English first 啊。呢個問題如果係用呢個 Abbott Libby 呢個嘢咧，so if I measure this in Abbott Libby, is it continues to read 24 hours? The answer is yes. This is 24 hours. No pain. Even though you don't measure, they will give you the whole range, 24 hours a day, and it'll give you an Excel file and also a PDF file. So this is a really good. You can't lie. You cannot. Matter of fact, I can tell you a good story. I have another good friend who buying this from us every month. And you say, hey, I don't want to measure just a few days before I go to see doctor. And this is good data now. But you know what? At the end of the few days they're missing, this thing pick up every single day of his blood sugar, so he cannot lie. He know exactly what happened. 嗱，就呢個問題咧，就係問係咪呢個嘢係繼續日日都係度㗎？唔會話淨係度係咪度一次度一次嘅咋？唔係啊，呢個係24小時度啊。咁你唔可以講大話。我有個朋友咧好特別，佢又同我哋買呢個產品嘅。咁佢咧就話就係去健身啊，咁我唔度住得唔得㗎？咁真係佢冇度嘅喎。但係去見醫生嗰時，醫生話：喂，我睇晒你所有嘢啊，你有咩問題睇晒，因為佢係24小時，佢有個 chip 喺裏邊嘅，有個晶片喺裏邊咧，睇晒你啲度，所以你唔可以講大話，冇得講大話，所以冇解。OK， 咁所以其實咧，呢個亦都好問題啊，多謝Eugene啊。Thanks Eugene to ask me such a great question, and I think you're very good that you asked all these very very good questions, Eugene. So okay, great. I appreciate your time, and we will looking forward to continue to work with you. And I'm very happy that you spent 1 hour with us today and listen to our question. Hopefully that we have a lot more story to tell you, and I will have a lot more story because every day there's a lot about 15 to 20 friends, diabetic friends, actually talk to me and ask me about questions. Happy to answer them for that. Happy to do that because I'm in the same situation. I wish someone would tell me, talk to me, and I wish I could know what happened, and then I would lessen my fear. So it's really good that you guys ask questions, spend the time, and I love to work with you. 好啦，各位朋友，今日嘅講學咧就差唔多啦。咁但係好多謝咧各位問咁多問題啊，因為咧問咗個問題嘅時候咧，你個開始你個慌張你個驚咧係降低，咁你個stress 咧，你個恐慌啊或者你個壓力又會降低，咁啊幫助你糖嘅病嘅發展嘅。 咁各位多謝晒 ，OK， 拜拜。Is it over here?